Today is day 56 of 100 Random Acts of Kindness. Happy Canada Day. It's July 1st, which means it's Canada Day. So I'm not sure really what the plan is, if we're going to stick around. There are some communities that are doing some stuff surrounding us, so maybe we'll go check them out. But yeah, it's just a really beautiful day outside. Very, very hot. Yesterday got to 49 Celsius with the Humidex. And I think today's on the way as well. It's very, very warm. I don't even know what 50 Celsius is in Fahrenheit. It's very hot though. Humidity is very, very warm. So it's just a really nice day. Having today being the holiday means tomorrow is a day off from work, which is nice. Obviously, I have every day off from work, but there are, like, the people in our lives get tomorrow off from work, which is really nice. Having another day, having another holiday, spending another holiday, and being able to recognize it is always a marker for me. Canada Day isn't a huge marker for me, the same way that my birthday or day of diagnosis or Christmas is. Our anniversaries like that too. It's another big marker, but it's still a marker that I've made it to July 1st. Big scan results this week. Now that we're officially Sunday, it is this week that I find out. I don't know what's going on with the MRI, but we'll see, I guess. I'm not sure. It's a little frustrating, but just another thing to add to this week. My random act of kindness for the day is I met Jen at the Cancer Chronicles. Her Twitter's at the Cancer and then Crons, CHRONS. On Twitter, and great sense of support. 31 years old, I think osteosarcoma. She found a node, or there was a node found behind her nose back here. She's had incredible surgery, unbelievable. Post-op pictures versus now, it's just unreal what she's gone through. She's learned how to swallow again. She can't breathe through her nose. She's 31 years old. Unbelievable. Big sense of support for me. A lot of validation between the two of us, I think. She's just amazing. And so I started following her on Instagram as well, and she would always post pictures with this little cow named Clarence. He was so cute, and she would post pictures on her way to surgery or a treatment or a procedure. She'd always have this little kind of beanbag, cute cow with her name Clarence. So this was after Jorge died, and I miss Jorge very much, that I'm not even going to talk about him outside of this, because I will break down. And so I would comment on a lot of Jen's pictures and just say, oh my gosh, like, Clarence is so cute, and I think I need a little something in my life to hug and hold and bring to surgery, or not surgery, but treatment. Have around the house. Jorge's not here anymore. That kind of thing. Just something. And, you know, it's kind of different being in your 30s and having a stuffed animal. I grew up with many stuffed animals. I would name them all. But there is something about it that's comforting. And so I would comment on some of her pictures and just say that essentially, and say, oh my gosh, Clarence is so cute, and I think I need my own, and I'm officially looking for one. So she private messages me on Twitter and says, we found a brother, Clarence's brother, and he is willing to make the voyage from the UK to Canada, and explain that they talked it over, and his brother is willing to make the trek to find his human, being me. So I sent her my address, my home address, which I've talked about before over Twitter, and I don't suggest meeting somebody and 5 minutes later giving them your address. Jen has a blog. I mean, I was still taking a chance the same way that she was when she gave me her address. We're still taking a chance that something's going to happen. But we both feel pretty established, I think, or felt the other one was pretty established. So we exchanged addresses, and she sent me a little cow, and now I have Claxton, which I thought was a British name. Before I knew Jen was Australian. I just knew that she lived in the UK, so I thought she was British. So I did some research on another name like Clarence and picked Claxton. And I sent it to her, and she said, "Oh, I've never heard that name." And I thought, "Oh, that's not that's not good." I thought that I was picking a very British name. I learned after that Claxton is more of a last name, and it is British. But I stuck with it. I think this is Claxton through and through. So when I am with friends and I see a picture of Jen, I'm like, "Oh, that's Claxton's aunt." And I love him so much. He's beside me on my nightside table all the time, because he just kind of watches over me, and I love him. I just love him so much, and I think having him with me means what it means, what I just explained, but also I feel like I have a sense of Jen with me as well, and I think AYAs, adolescents and young adults, kind of stick together in that respect, and I just think it's so special. I just think that's amazing. I often talk to your strengths and whatever somebody is interested in, or if you can go over to their house or clean their house or make them dinner or price match their their groceries or whatever it is. But this was essentially a complete stranger a year ago, we'll say. So I also just want to speak to that too, that doing stuff for people that you don't necessarily know or that you couldn't go to their house, kind of listening for cues or ideas. I try to do that just with, like, in general, with people's birthdays. Try to kind of think, like, just make mental notes throughout the year, because if you don't do that and then their birthday's in a week and you're supposed to get them something and you're going, "Oh, I'm kind of scrambling," and it's always nice to kind of think, I don't know, just listen for ideas. So I don't know, listen to the people around you, whether you know them personally, like in person or not. And this just means so much to me. Anytime anybody sees Claxton, I tell them the whole story about Jen and how much this guy means to me, and it means a lot more to me than just having a little cat with me. It means support and less isolation and validation, as well as just having this guy sit with me and watch TV, go online, sleep, whatever it is. So I hope everybody has a wonderful Canada Day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.